Well, the legal troubles for FTX are only just beginning now after the crypto exchange and former CEO Sam Bankman-Fried hit with a class action lawsuit in Miami federal court. Alexis Keenan has the details for us. And Alexis, some big names included in this class action lawsuit.
There sure are, Akiko. There are a lot of them. So let's go through it. This suit was filed seeking this class action status on behalf of FTX customers versus this group of defendants. And I'll name just some of them. It's Sam Bankman-Fried, along with Tom Brady, Giselle, Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors, also Shaquille O'Neal, as well as Kevin O'Leary, saying that those people were brand ambassadors, that the Golden State Warriors were a partner of FTX. And this is coming from a 21-year-old plaintiff on behalf of this purported class, an Oklahoma resident. His name is Edward Garrison. And he says that he sustained losses due to the FTX bankruptcy in an account that he held that was one of these FTX yield-bearing accounts. That's where customers put crypto assets on deposit with a platform and they can gain interest from those accounts. Now, it's a 4-count complaint, and it alleges that these defendants violated Florida laws that prohibit the offering and sale of unregistered securities. The plaintiffs say that the defendants controlled, promoted, or even assisted FTX to offer and sell these yield-bearing accounts specifically. The case is similar to one from the same attorney that filed a case against the bankrupt crypto platform Voyager and Mark Cuban months ago. But look, some of this, in terms of any of the allegations that are against FTX and the entities, those would normally be stayed and paused and not be allowed to go forward while the bankruptcy proceeding is happening. That's part of the protection that FTX and its entities would get from Chapter 11 filing. But as for the individual defendants, we'll see if this sustains a motion to dismiss that I would expect would be coming from these defendants. Akiko?
There's so many questions, Alexis, around what a bankruptcy filing means in the crypto space, and to what extent the users, the customers, can actually recoup some of their funds. I mean, is there some clarity on that?
No, the answer is no. And any little bit of clarity has come from the cases, the bankruptcy cases that have already been filed before FTX. And those have come from Cred, the lending platform, also Voyager, and also Celsius. And those latter two not having been seen their way through the bankruptcy court yet. So these crypto bankruptcies are really cases of first impression for the bankruptcy court. And these minor precedents that have been set so far on the law of how to handle the customer's assets, mostly unsettled, and particularly the big question, who owns the actual cryptocurrency once a platform or exchange has filed for bankruptcy. One court so far, in the case of Cred, ruled that because the customer agreements allowed for customers' crypto to be commingled with other customers' assets, that therefore those assets belong to the bankruptcy estate and they would then be distributed as part of it. But what's different about FTX is that its agreements were much more customer friendly. Those agreements said that the platform would not be using, lending, collateralizing these assets, that they would be kept set aside for the customers. In which case, if you go with the small precedent we have so far from the one bankruptcy court in Cred, that would mean that the customer's assets should never become part of the bankruptcy estate at all and returned. But look, where these assets are anybody's question right now. Getting a lot of tweets from Sam Bankman-Fried about what kind of assets the company still had on its books, but not looking great for customers, Akiko.